Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Chelyn from 8-Bit Co-op, and I am going to be looking at the Long Dark. I did a couple of play-arounds with the Long Dark previously. However, I've seen a lot of changes happening, a lot of updates, and I've noticed there are some graphical changes and some changes that I really liked, so I wanted to go ahead and do a review. Again, the story mode is still not available in alpha, so hopefully, we'll be able to play with that at some point in the near future. There is the sandbox mode. So again, there is the Pilgrim, which is where the wildlife won't attack you. There's Voyager, where they'll attack you, but it's not very punishing, like it says, not a punishing one. And then there's Stalker, which is very realistic and very challenging. So I'm going to go ahead with Voyager. Going to play a female. I know that's not a surprise. And then I've noticed they added the Pleasant Valley placard here, which excites me because I really enjoy getting into the new areas. I played Mystery Lake. It's okay. I prefer Coastal Highway myself. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Coastal Highway, and let's go ahead and get started, see where we end up. A mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down in the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? Well, that is the question. So, no one can tell what goes on between the person you were and the person you become. No one can chart that blue and lonely section of hell. There are no maps of the change. You just come out the other side. Stephen King, The Stand. How appropriate. Okay, so in the past when I've played, I've started here previously. Let's go ahead and look at our menus. This is one of the biggest changes that I have seen. I really like the change in the equipment page. It is more graphically pleasing to me. You can see exactly what your quality is, exactly what the weight is. It even gives you a bar graph if you're not numerically inclined. But you can also sort by medication, clothing, food, utility, and I guess that's fire starting. I like to leave it on all for right now. You can sort by weight, you can sort, or by the, oh my gosh, my brain just said boop, by the, how much life it has left, the durability, or you can sort by weight. Don't you hate that when you're in the middle of saying something and your brain just decides to just go, no, not today. I'm not in the mood to work. So, yeah. Mine does that every now and then, and I really hate it. I hate it when that happens at work. I supervise people, and when I'm like doing a counseling, or when I'm talking to them in a group setting, and I just look at them and I go, oh, my thought got lonely and ran away. They all just look at me and go, not the first time. So every now and then my brain just says, yeah, we're just going to take a mini break and see how things happen. Oh, look, our first structure. One of the things that I do notice is that the closer you get to the rocks, it's almost as if you notice in the bottom corner it says warmer, because they shield you from the wind, which is nice. I did not notice that as much previously. So let's go see what's in this very, very, very tiny hut. It's a fishing cabin. It does not look this big from the outside. I'm just saying. Okay, tin of sardines.
Could end up being useful.
I like the changes they've made to this menu as well. It gives you the weight condition. That's the word I was looking for, not durability. Oh. And then here, it's take, eat, and put back, so there's different options you can have, which I like. They're very well laid out, so... Pinnacle
Best be
Peaches.
prepared for anything.
Gotta be prepared for anything, even a geomagnetic storm in the Canadian wilds. Even though you never go to the Canadian wilds. This locker's locked, and... of course, we have nothing to unlock it with at this point, but... matches are okay. I can roll with a set of matches at this point. But then again, just starting a game, you can roll with anything. One of the things that we do here in our house, the 8-bit house, is we look at a lot of different uses for everything we have. So in our little pack, oh look, it overlooks the village. That is quite a scenic little view right there. That's something that I have not seen, is this view. However, unless I want to freeze, I will not stand up here and enjoy the beautiful view. But anyway, as I was saying, we tend to look for multiple uses for items, so that locker would not have stayed locked very long. We would have found something to pry it open. Okay. Well, it looks like another can of sardines. Handy. And some milks. I like the rotation. Look, I turned the cow upside down, shake them all around, do the hokey pokey. Oh, well, sorry, I got a little distracted with the hokey pokey. Another, two locked lockers. I mean, who has locked lockers in a camp, in a room this size? I'm just saying. If you don't trust people that much, maybe you shouldn't come to this fishing camp. You know, one time at band camp... No, I'm just kidding. I'm seriously just kidding. But... ooh, looks like the wind picked up. So I guess it would be one time at fishing camp on this here, so... ooh, a backpack.
I think I can use this.
These people are just major purveyors, major users of sardines. The good thing is that the sardine companies would never go out of business in this town. Ooh, cargo pants. I love cargo pants. You know, that's one of the reasons that 3rd Battalion would get irritated sometimes, because he would go looking for his pants because he had cargo pants and he wouldn't be able to find any of his pants, and he would come and he would say, "Where are all my pants?" And I would have to tell him to look in my drawers because, you know, they were all in my drawers. But cargo pants are so convenient. You know, they got pockets everywhere.
This will come in handy.
They're just so comfortable. And, you know, I think not long ago I saw girl cargo pants. I was like, yay! And then I didn't see them anymore. And I was like, aww. That's very sad. I sad pandas. But... I'll tell you, some of these graphics have come such a long way. I am just absolutely flabbergasted with some of these changes.
Probably useful.
Oh, tomato soup. And salt, tomato soup and crackers. I would be highly disappointed if I found tomato soup and no crackers. that was one of my favorite meals as a kid. And you know what happened?
I don't know.
I
Being useful.
was like 6 or 7, and I didn't want to wait for anyone to make me my lunch. So I decided, oh, I almost didn't see Mr. Flair chilling down there. I didn't want to wait for anyone to make me lunch, so I decided to make lunch for myself. And my favorite lunch, of course, was tomato soup and crackers. So I decided to make it for myself. So I opened the little can, and I went ahead, and what I did was I opened the can, and I went ahead and put, hold on, let me harvest these real quick. After I opened the can, I didn't want to miss any of the tomato soup. So I decided, worst thing possible, to lick the lid. Well, what happened is when I licked the lid, I cut the bottom of my nose so bad. And to this day, I still have a scar on the bottom of my nose that reminds me of why I love tomato soup. Or that I love tomato soup. Because, oh, I love tomato soup. It is the best. It is the best, by the way. Though I will say, there's soup with sausage, big sausage pieces in it. That's got to be an awesome, awesome second. Because that I absolutely love as well. It's spicy, but I don't like a lot of spicy foods. Oh, I thought that was a fish hook for a minute. I was down with fish hooks. So. Huh. This camp didn't have nothing but a potbelly stove. Potbelly? Yeah, potbelly stove. Well, I gotta find some place to go because it's getting dark. And I do not do dark well. At all. Especially when it's cold out and I have just experienced a geomagnetic storm. Because who knows? What if that geomagnetic storm comes back? Here is a vehicle. Do you ever wonder what happens to the people in these vehicles? I mean...
Best be prepared for anything.
Oh, you can go into glove boxes now. Either that or I just completely missed it previously. That is something that is either new or new to me. There's nothing back here. But it looks like there's maybe 2 hours until dark. So, and I think what I'm going to do is for my introductory video, I am going to do day 1 and then stop there. I just want to make sure to get to some kind of sheltering abode. Because Lord knows I don't want to stop in the middle of this road saying, hey, have a nice day, and then I come back and I'm like DOA. I'm a 187, you know? Oh, my condition's starting to drop. Aw.
Oh, it's goddamn freezing.
Yeah, she's starting to be froze. So, oh, that one's locked up. What is that a log? A pry bar. You know what pry bars are good for? Prying things. That's what pry bars are good for. Yay. Oh, how would you like to live in a place like this? You and 7 others.
I think I can use this.
I can imagine the game show. You and 7 other great individuals have won a trip to one trailer. And you're like, what? That isn't winning. Until they pose it like, and say something like, it's a life enriching experience. And you're like, psh, no it's not. It's a life de-enriching experience. So, with that, I'm gonna try to go ahead and camp out here for the night. So I'm gonna go ahead and rest. And I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here at the end of day 1. So thank you for joining me with this episode of The Long Dark, and I hope to see you in my next adventure where hopefully I don't get eaten by any of the wildlife out there. So I will see you next time.